So you just clicked on this video to see how a fellow weeb sees Rainbow Six Siege at a high level. Now, while watching Blue Lock doesn't instantly result in improvement, I have found 5 lessons that have directly impacted my Rainbow Six Siege game that got me to Diamond, and I'm confident that they will get you there too. My name's Amondra, and this is how Blue Lock got me to Diamond. Now, just getting straight into it, yes, I bought a whiteboard for this, don't ask. First thing we need to go over is lesson 1, and that is ego. Without looking it up, can anybody tell me what ego means? By definition, ego is your self-belief, alright? Believing in yourself, alright? It doesn't mean just swing or be swung or insta-lock Ash and just run them down, no. While swing or be swung has a little bit to do with it, most people don't understand the actual value behind their ego. The first thing you need to understand is ego is not a flaw, but instead it is a weapon, okay? And a weapon's gonna be a big word for this, all right? So the first thing you need to understand about that is if you think that somebody is around a corner, or if you think somebody might be like hiding behind a fucking bookshelf or something, you're gonna swing and pre-fire that shit. None of this like other shit that you find on YouTube where they're gonna tell you, no, just rat or hold an off angle, you'll win more gunfights if you place it. None of that stupid shit, alright? The first thing you need to do is feel your instincts, be in tune with your instincts, and act on those instincts. This isn't gonna win every single time, but 90% of the time, if you know the game and you believe you know the game, you will win the game. The bread and butter of Blue Lock as a show is ego. The game isn't over until it's over because you are in it. The reason why your team is going to win is because of you and your belief in yourself, okay? Now that we all understand what ego means now in the top left, the next thing is to find your weapon. Now, I said this in the previous lesson, okay? What is a weapon? For those who haven't seen Blue Lock, a weapon is the defining trait that you have as a player that defines your playstyle, okay? Like, are you a good fragger? Are you a good support? Are you a good flank watch? Are you a good flex? All of these things will lead into it. But weapons also can be categorized by specific skills that you are able to perform at a level that only you can. For example, some people might have spatial awareness. Some people might have reaction time. I'm just gonna write react. Howdy, it's me, Amondra, mid-editing here. If you made it to this point in the video, leave a like and comment down below what is your weapon in Rainbow Six Siege. Like, what do you do best at in Rainbow Six Siege that makes you better than everybody else? I stream 5 days a week on Twitch. I'll have the link down below. Come pop out. We'll give you tips. Pause. We will help you improve at the game by any means necessary. With that being said, let's get back to the video and get you the lessons that you came for. Once you identify your specific weapon that is unique to you and that only you can do as well as you can, you need to hone it and master it, alright? For example, for me, I noticed that when I watched my match replays back, I realized that if someone was within close proximity of me, that I could 100% see where they are almost with my eyes closed and kill them. It only relied on intel, and if I hear you walking on carpet in the room over, you're dead. That's it. But that's my specific weapon. When it comes down to tactics or identifying trends and whatnot, that's something that I'm not that strong at, but my teammates and my stack are. So we elevate each other by working off each other's weapons, okay? Now, this doesn't mean to neglect anything. No. Neglecting your weaknesses is the dumbest shit you could ever do. Alright, what I'm saying is you need to master what you're good at so that your strengths don't become average. If you have weaknesses here, and they're like weak as fuck and they're ass, right? And then you have your strengths up here, the more you work on these and neglect these, the sooner you're gonna see this graph become 2 equally tall square rectangle things that aren't even straight at all. So the idea is to master what you're good at and polish what you're bad at. You need to get better at everything. Lesson 3 is going to be evolving and adapting. So if you haven't seen Blue Lock, I'll make it clear. The main character, Isagi, plays the game and is constantly looking at what the enemy is doing and reacting immediately to it so that he can beat them next time, okay? And this doesn't mean, oh great, I've reached Plat. Now I have to learn how Plats play so I can become Emerald, maybe. You are asking to be hard stuck forever if you think of it that way. What I'm saying is, after round 1, you need to understand who and what you're playing against. I'm not saying counter Thermite with a bandit. I'm saying counter their entire team's play style. The difference between good players and great players is that good players will get rushed, expect it coming, and bring a Kapkan next round. Great players will make you play a whole different team. And this is something I struggle with a lot too. I'm not thinking 4 steps ahead like this, but it's been something that I've been working on. But along with my strengths, as I said before. While I spent so much time trying to get out of Emerald, I learned that adaptability becomes the best defense. Adaptability is defense. And what do they say? They say defense wins championships. It doesn't matter how many rounds you win if you don't win the game. And this brings us to lesson 4. Use people. Okay? I want you to envision this. There's a goal here. All you have to do is kick a ball into the goal. If you are here in front of the ball and you have a defender here in front of you, right? Would you rather try and brute force your way through and risk giving away the ball? Or would you rather pass to your probably terrible teammate on the right and see if they can make a shot? Or, option 3, would you rather pass it to your teammate, have them pass it back to you, so that you can take the shot yourself? If you're not choosing option 3, this video is not for you. Listen to me when I say this. Teammates are not a crutch. They are tools for your success. They are tools to be used. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't care if it's a friend from 15 years ago or someone you met 15 seconds ago in the lobby. They are nothing but tools for your success. Now, this doesn't mean to totally disregard what they're saying. No, I'm saying quite literally the opposite. You need to listen to what they're doing and make your choices based off of them so that you, above all else, get the win. Obviously, the team's going to win with you, but that's not going to be because of them, especially if you're solo queuing. In Blue Lock, the main character Isagi does not seek to dominate his team. No, he seeks to utilize his team for his benefit. He's kind of like the one guy in your friend group that always drives because he wants to always be in control. Yeah, that guy. But when I say control, I don't mean telling people what ops to go. We need a Capiteo, we need a Monty, we need Thermite, Thatcher, Maverick, fucking anybody. I'm not saying to do any of that stupid stuff. I'm saying to plant seeds. Pause. When I say that, I mean bring up vague ideas to your team and let their minds do the working for you. So phrases like, do we maybe want to do an across take? Do we want to do a direct plant of the diffuser? This is a laptop. That's the diffuser laptop. Do we want to do that? This isn't saying, team, we're doing this, because that's domineering and nobody wants to listen to that. You're simply suggesting that they go with what you are thinking. And the best part about this is, when they agree, they will believe it's their idea. When in the meantime, you are letting them select their operators, you're going with your operator, filling in the gap, that which will lead you to success the best. If you are presented with 4 different roles and you fill in the necessary 5th role in order to make it work, you will succeed more times than not. When it comes to thinking this way, a lot of people are like chess pieces, but that doesn't mean you can change who they are or what they do. A queen will always be a queen. A rook, C4 or not, will always be a rook. What matters is how you use them on the board. That is the map that leads you to your success. Your success is leading your team to victory. It's not playing with the team for your teammates. It's making your team work with you, but making them think it's their idea. And I know what you're gonna say, but Amondra, what if they're toxic? Being toxic isn't a big deal, and I'll tell you exactly why. All you have to do is mute them. That's it. When I'm in a ranked game and somebody says even one potentially negative message to me, I mute them immediately and keep playing my game. And what do you do with a toxic player? They're gonna probably play like an idiot, an absolute buffoon, a scallywag. So what you need to do is let them do them things and use them as a drone. Normally, you have 2 drones, now you have 3. They're not going to be useful for anything else anyways, right? You're not going to get callouts from them anyways. It's better to use them than to try and convince them to be helpful to you. Either way, you stand to gain because it's all by your design. And now it brings us to lesson 5, the real enemy. During a match in Blue Lock, Isagi is thinking of nothing but the opponents and the game around him so that he can win the game at the present moment. However, outside the match, the other 22 hours of the day, he's at war with himself. Okay? You need to start that war. Here's the thing, even if you go 20-0 and 4-0 every single game, you can still improve because you can still do it faster. This is the level of toxic competitiveness that you need to thrive. Most people aren't psychopaths. Most people won't do that to themselves, but you will because you actually want to improve. Your individual skill level matters that much to you that you don't want to be the reason you lose. You don't want to be the weakest link of the team. You want to be the reason we win every single time. The idea is to not just be a team player, but to be the team captain. Be the ace. Be the ace up your team's sleeve. If you're just going to play the blame game in Rainbow Six Siege, quit the game. People who improve at the game do not blame the game. They do not blame teammates. They do not blame Rank 2.0. None of it. The only thing that is worthy of blame is cheater. And if you get a cheater in your game, report them, surrender, move the fuck on. Obviously, Ubisoft will probably not ban them, but that's not a problem with you. That's a problem with Ubisoft as a whole company, but that's a whole different can of beans. If you die in Rainbow Six Siege, it is always your fault, even when it isn't. If the first thing out of your mouth when you die in Siege isn't a call out or how could I have won that, you're doing it wrong already. Every round, every game, every situation is winnable. It does not matter who or what you're against. The reason why the best players are the best players is because they are constantly asking that question. It doesn't matter if you are in silver, it doesn't matter if you're in plat, it doesn't matter if you're in emerald, it doesn't matter if you're in champ or pro league. When you die or lose, ask yourself how you could have won. Watch match replays. Replay the scenarios in your head until it makes you go mad. Let it keep you up at night. Every loss is your fault and it does not matter otherwise. Your enemies aren't just on the other team. They're inside you. Pause! What the fuck? All that is to say, beat them. All of them. Even if you have to beat yourself. Yo, dude, who's writing this shit? So these are the 5 lessons I learned from Blue Lock to help myself rank up in Rainbow Six Siege. It's about unlocking your ego by finding your weapon, mastering it, using people to your advantage, and adapting to anybody you're playing against. It's never the game's fault, it's only your fault. Once you master that mindset, hitting diamond becomes inevitable. And if we're being honest, you'll probably hit it faster than me because I'm just an average guy trying to teach you how to be above average through the trials and errors that I went through trying to hit diamond. With that being said, if you liked this video, leave a like and subscribe if you want more of this type of content. Your mindset is the only thing that gets in the way of your own improvement. If you think there's nothing you can fix about your gameplay, you are just wrong. You are simply wrong. And if you watched to the end of this video, comment down below like WBlueLock or #SaveSiege because God knows the game needs it. But that being said, I'm Amondra and I will see you guys next time.